Hi guys, Grace here. Today is new moon day, new month day, and today, my first new moon day. And today I have really fully committed myself to now live by the Creator's calendar, what I've been sharing with you all on YouTube. And it's already come with some challenges, like today is the Gregorian Tuesday, and usually I'm at work, and the project manager was asking me, to come in because we have a meeting today, an important meeting. And I was like, no, I can't come in. I've already taken the day off, planned to take the day off. And then he was like, just for 1 hour, just join online for 1 hour. And I was like, no, I can't do this. And it's like, I always feel bad. I don't like letting people down, if you get what I mean. But I believe this to be true. And by God's grace, I'm going to stick with my convictions and be obedient to his word in terms of not working when the new month begins. It's a day of rest. It's a day of rejoicing. It's a day of thanksgiving, like thanking God for what he's done for me, like in the last month, and my journey and fellowship and so on. So I really want to live by this, and I'm already seeing the blessing. Today, it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. I'm like, wow, praise God. And it's still winter technically, but it's such a beautiful day. And I'm just going to spend the afternoon, I think, just like reading, relaxing. And then later on, I'm going to meet a family, and they open up the new moon. I'm not sure how they do it. They're a musical family, but we're going to meet somewhere in Switzerland, and we're going to, so celebrate somehow, like to look for the new moon and like celebrate like the new month and so on. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll try and record that, so give you an idea. It's all new for me as well, so it's gonna like be new for me, just as it's going to be probably new for you, for those who are watching this video. And earlier today, like yesterday and this morning, I wasn't sure if I was going to go like to join them, because I don't know, I was just like, it's quite a bit of a drive. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours drive, sort of on the other side of Switzerland. And I want to go into the office tomorrow morning as well. So I was thinking, oh, should I go? And if I go, most likely I'll probably stay in a hotel, so that way I can just go to work from there, because it's sort of halfway, like on my work, rather than going there and then coming back home in the night and then going to work. So I thought, yes, better that I stay at a hotel. That was my initial plan. But the lady, she messaged me and said that her daughter has a room vacant, so I can stay at her daughter's house for the night if I want to. And I said, yeah, sure. Praise God. They seem like a lovely family. So that helps a lot. I thank God for that as well. Saves me spending money on a hotel, or saves me from driving back home. So I'm excited, for this new journey. It's taken a lot of time to settle into it. As I've mentioned, I've been studying this for 5 to 6 months. It's not an easy topic. I understand that, But the more I've been studying it, the more I've been, like, God has been guiding my experiences, the more and more convicted I am that this is 100% true. Like, no doubt in my mind, I've reached that point where I think I have fully settled into this message, because I've just seen too much. To me, it just makes so much sense the way God has done it, in terms of how he is now in the process of extracting a people who truly love him and want to live by his word, and to keep his holy day, his Sabbath, as he designed via the signs in the sky. I think it's so clear in the Bible. Like, it shocks me how many people in present truth Adventism think they can find what God has given us, something so special, which is supposed to be a sign to him, that it somehow can just be found through a pagan calendar, when you study it, Like, when you're ignorant, God winks, but when he reveals, when you study where it's come from, like the history, it's horrifying. And it really shows to me the great controversy. The Bible says that Satan comes to steal and destroy, and that's what he's done. Like, the whole world is wandering after the beast, and they don't even realize it, And I think through this message, it takes you out of this world. Like, you are just like, people can't even relate to you. Like, even when my project manager was saying, hey Grace, we need you like to come in, I'm like, how do I say to him that no, I can't, today is new moon, it's a new month, you know, it's a day of celebration, it's a day of rest, you know, he's gonna think you're crazy. The mind can't fathom them. Even I would have thought that as well if you told me that maybe a year ago. Do you get what I mean? So you are just totally separate from this world, and to the world it's strange, it's foolishness. But to me, it just makes perfect sense that God has done it that way, you know? So I'm excited. It's going to be challenging, no doubt. But I'm also excited because I am really seeing God move in my life. Like, as I've made this step with my health, you know, I'll do another video on that. With the people that he's bringing me towards, like together, who are also believing this message. We also have a lovely now Telegram group with a few people who have joined, and it's really nice as well. We're fellowshipping every Sabbath, you know, based on the Creator. There's a wonderful lady, she's a godsend. She's like organizing like our meetings on Sabbaths and doing the presentations. I'm like, thank God, that's just a weight off my shoulder as well. So she's great, she's convicted about the message. There's another brother who's joined from South Africa who has a lot of wisdom and who's so calm and is like sharing things, and a few other people are joining. So I'm happy that God is bringing people who are convicted like me, who are seeing the beauty of this message and really want to like be obedient, you know, to his word. So I'm really excited about that. So everyone's welcome to join, it's open, but as I said, it's just for people who are like-minded, who believe the message. If you're coming to argue, you just get blocked straight away. We have no time for that, you know. So it's for those who are like, you know, who have seen the videos, who've been studying it and just need support, who need a group to fellowship, you know. So it's for them. And I also think it's very important to have not just online fellowship, but to have people around you. This is why I reached out to this group in Switzerland, because I think it's so important to fellowship with people as well, you know, face to face, not just online. So another thing that's on my mind is that I want to establish, like, you know, get people together in different countries so they can meet and fellowship. It's not about setting up a new church. The time is over for that. It's just home churches, like where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, God is there. Because I know that this is such a challenge for a lot of people as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, you know. Yeah, so I'm just really looking forward to my new journey, my new life in following the Creator's calendar. So anyway, I'm going to, it's such a beautiful day, so I might go to the lake and read, and then I will make my way down to the place where we're meeting, and I'll keep you updated. Bye. Hi guys, it's such a beautiful day, it's amazing. But I'm doing some reading here, reading Numbers chapter 23 verse 8 to 9. This is when Balak was told to curse God's people, but he couldn't curse God's people because they were living in obedience to God's law. But know what he says here, which I think is quite interesting. It states, how shall I curse whom God have not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord have not defied? For from the tops of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. I repeat that again. The people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations. And that was God's purpose for Israel. They were not to be counted among the other heathen nations. I mean, that's why he called them out of Egypt and gave them like a new calendar, gave them new laws, how they should worship him. And if they were faithful to him to this day, what a magnificent nation that would have been. We probably wouldn't be here, you know, the world would have ended, you know. But I think it's important to recognize that the reason why a lot of us are having issues, you know, in terms of trying to keep the lunar Sabbath, because a lot of you do contact me, is because we're so in the world. We have been so molded by the world, you know, and that's why we're having these issues. But now I believe God is going to do a work where he's going to start to separate us. I think as the devil is going to start doing his signs and wonders, which we are seeing now, I'm sure you've heard about all this talk about the UFO, who are just demons, you know, they're planning stuff. I believe the Lord is going to start really showing his power and his glory soon. Just had to do with ancient Israel, you know, there were slaves for 400 years, like in bondage in Egypt. Same thing today in a spiritual sense. And now the loud cry is going to go forth, come out of Babylon. It actually is go out of Babylon. You know, come out of that system. Don't touch nothing from it. It's like so defiled, it's so evil, you know. So yeah, God is gonna do that work, you know, so just hold fast and have faith. So just about to have something to eat. It's a plant-based meal. I need to do an update on my diet because I'm now transitioning. I've done my 3 days strict no carbs, 3 months sorry, strict no carbs, and I'm now having carbs. So what I have now is just millet, avocado, olives and stuff like that. But to be honest, I think my body does better with animal products. I would never go back to veganism. That's just not for me. My body needs animal protein. It just functions better. I've realized that. But I am trying to make it like more 80%, 90% plant-based, and then the rest, you know, whatever. But I don't know, you know, I'm still struggling with this, you know. We'll see. We shall receive blessings from the Lord and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is Jacob, the generation of those who seek him, who seek him. I will lift up my hands. Your love is better than life. Your love is better than life. Honestly, I'll seek. So almost there, bit of traffic, but I think I'll be on time, 20 minutes early. It's always good to be punctual. Don't like being late. I'd rather be very early than late.
Good eyes. You need to have good eyes.
Yeah, my eyes are bad.
Okay, then we have to be a little bit more patient.
He's working a dangerous program. But he makes his money with selling the show.
Yeah.
Ja, es sieht mega schön aus.
I don't know why it says it's 3 point, but it's it doesn't look like it. It says 1.8 or 2.
It says 140.
Yeah, but it says it's
And the new moon is like a reminder of his creation, you know, like the 7 days.
We are part of it.
Yeah.
And
and everything is giving glory to God, and we too, we're just doing what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We organize our life
Yeah.
the way He wants us to. So
Yeah.
that's what we have to do. All the nature knows when spring is coming,
Mm-hmm.
knows when it's winter time,
Mm-hmm.
know when it's time to relax, they know when it's time to bring a fruit.
Yeah.
But we think we can do whatever we want.
Exactly. I think that's why the devil changed it to a solar calendar, the Gregorian,
Yeah.
because the moon is the reminder of
Yeah.
creation, the phases.
Yeah.
But Satan wants to take us so far from God's creation.
Yeah.
You know, so it's divorce. The weeks mean nothing, the months mean nothing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's because there was like 2 people.
So friends, that was my first new moon celebration, new month, and I enjoyed it. It was such a blessing. The people were just so lovely and kind, and they all were just so happy. What I noticed is that they were all like glowing, you know, with joy and happiness. Some of them have been doing this for like 10 years, you know, and they say it's just like a renewal of their vows to the Lord, like a new month. So it's like Thanksgiving, starting a new celebration, like a festive, you know, beginning of the month, as they did in old times, you know. And I thought that was quite nice. And then we spotted the little crescent. It was at 3%, and it just looked amazing because we saw some of the stars like Venus and Jupiter was there. And it's just a reminder of God's creation. There are some who try to say it's like moon worship, when it's not at all. We are worshipping the creator who gave us the moon as a sign, you know, that tells us when we commence our months, you know, and also the Sabbaths, because 7 days later that little crescent will turn into a half moon. That's a reminder, it's Sabbath. There's no confusion, there's no doubt. And then 7 days later, the 15th day of the new moon, from the new moon, you have the full bright moon. And then 7 days later, it's waning back to the half moon. And then 7 days later, it's back. It's just amazing how God works. And it's a reminder of His creation, like what He did in 7 days, you know. You work the 6 days and then you rest on that sign that He's given us, so there's no confusion. So I just think it's so beautiful, and I'm so excited, you know, to see how God leads me in this journey. I know He's leading me in this, and the fact that I met these people as well, because that was one of my worries, is like having people that you can fellowship with face to face. I think that's so important, and God just opened the way, just like, you know, not by coincidence, just by in His love and in His mercy, He answered that prayer. So I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. And after we saw the new moon, usually they do singing, like worship, but they didn't this time. But after, you know, we spotted the new moon, we went for a meal, which was nice, and we're just talking, discussing, sharing our experiences. And they also keep the feast. I know a lot of you have been asking me about the feast, and I just say one step at a time. Right now, my first priority is truly understanding the new moon and the lunar Sabbath and getting that right. And then the feasts, you know, they say they keep it as a remembrance of what God's done. They don't keep, you know, the sacrifices and stuff like that, that's done. But they keep them, you know, just to look back as a reminder of what God has done. And it's not a burden for them, it's not bondage. For them it's joy, they love it. It's like a camp meeting. They come together, they have Bible studies, they discuss what's going on, they're on point with where the world is going, you know. So I'm going to try and join them on that as well, because that seems quite interesting as well. I'm going to try and interview one of the ladies as well. She has an interesting testimony, she wants to share that as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, all in all, it was just a really beautiful experience. I'm just so thankful to God, you know, just to meet, you know, just kind-hearted people who are just genuine, you know, coming from, you know, my experience in my previous church. You know, as I look back in Adventism, I see a real dark spirit taking over that church. I just see the fruit, like, even all they do, the people I'm around or that I knew, they just gossip. Even in present truth, it's just bad vibes. It's this self-righteous spirit. where they're just gossiping, and it doesn't feel like a holy convocation. You know, I felt that the last few years, that was my experience. I stopped sort of going to church because it was just unfruitful for me, you know. I'm really looking forward to this journey. You got to move on with the increasing light. You know, you can't stay stagnant, you know. I see some of the people that I know that are in the church preaching the same dead messages. There's no fruit in their experience. They talk about the health message, a lot of them are sick, you know. It's just strange and bizarre. I just see the Holy Spirit slowly withdrawing himself from that church. It's just, you know. And even how I was treated, you know, just for, you know, leaving or changing my beliefs to hate, even up to this day. Even up to today, I'm still getting messages. You're a Jesuit, you're so evil, you're so deceived. It's absolutely insane, you know, the blindness, you know. But one day they'll realize, and sadly it will just be too late for the majority of them. But I just say, friends, follow your convictions. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow what's popular. You know, the majority in most cases are always wrong anyway. Follow your convictions, follow the Lord. We're called to stand apart, we're called to be different, you know. So don't fear what man would say or do. As long as you're true to conscience, you're living with the light that God's giving you, you know, you're loving your neighbor, you're treating everyone with kindness, you're not like plotting or thinking anyone's downfall. As long as you're genuine, you know, God will bless you. You just got to be honest and genuine with the Lord, and he always looks after his people. Yeah, so it was just wonderful. I decided also to drive home because if I was to drive to work from that location, it will be too much traffic, and it's not too late now, so I want to come home. I want to edit this video for you guys tonight, put it up there. Hopefully I can do that tonight, and I'll just work from home tomorrow, and I'll go in the office maybe Friday or something. Yeah, so I think that works out better for me. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you liked it, and God willing, you would see or hear from me next time. Take care and God bless.